Hi everyone, so today I was looking through my little drawer of foundations that I need to do. Like, I know there's some eyeshadow in here, but mostly foundations, and I was trying to figure out which foundation to do a first impression on today, and I thought I would do the Jouer Essential High Coverage Cream Foundation because I have some problems today. So I definitely want some full coverage, so it's the perfect opportunity to give this a go. I am quite excited for this, not gonna lie. There's also this one, which is a high coverage, the Ultimate Coverage by Becca, but I don't know, I guess my magpie is coming out today. I just spotted the shiny packaging, I was like, that one. By the way, if you see any little flakes, it's not dandruff. I just have a crap ton of dry shampoo in my hair. It's not even funny. Also, I'm going to be filming a Christmas tutorial today, so my makeup's probably going to come out super crazy at the end of this video, and I'll link the tutorial down below. Sorry, I'm like totally procrastinating right now. So first things first, I am going to I'm going to look this up online, see what it costs, see what it claims to do, see the shade range. Okay, so it's on Jouer's website and it's on Beautylish and Beauty Bay. I'm gonna go on their website. It's been rated 4.9 out of 5 with 11 reviews. It costs $38 US. However, I just clicked out of a little pop-up on the Jouer website. It said you could get 20% off, I think. It comes in 17 different shades, and here are the kind of swatches. I did receive every shade. If you watched my vlog, you might have seen all the shades. They don't really have any super dark shades. They have a lot of kind of paler shades, so the shade range isn't like 10 out of 10. But we'll see how it works, and it does say more shades coming, which is really, really cool. So hopefully they have a wider variety after that. It says supreme coverage, lightweight and long wearing, which sounds amazing. I love lightweight foundations. By the way, I have been abusing these. Not abusing them, but I've just been using these to death. I'll put both of the first impressions. This one was like a Sephora first impression, like trying out Sephora's highest rated makeup, this one here, and then this one I did a first impression video all about it, the all hours. I have been obsessed with these two. I've used them basically every time I've done my makeup since using them for the first time in videos, so really enjoying these. I think square packaging is like a trend right now. Anyway, I'm getting so sidetracked. Let me finish reading this. It says it has a airbrushed matte finish. Smooth a small amount of the concentrated formula onto the skin with Jouer's Essential Precision Foundation Brush and buff to reveal your perfect complexion. It has chamomile extract, cucumber extract, hyaluronic acid, tripeptide complex. It's matte, it's oil-free, it's vegan, it's gluten-free, it's paraben-free. 20 ml, oh, that's a lot less than normal. 20 ml, which is 0.68 fluid ounces, but people are saying in the reviews that you literally need the tiniest amount. So I guess if that is true, obviously it's probably still gonna last you about the same amount as a different foundation. Okay, so let's just dive straight in. I'm going to prime half my face like always, just so I can see if there's any difference with the application, longevity, the look, etc. Don't know what this is. Okay, so on half of my face, I'm going to use my Hangover Primer by Too Faced. Let's do this side. Oh, I love this. I haven't actually used this in a few weeks. It's one of my favorites. Okay, so I have picked out 2 shades for myself. Hopefully one of them matches me today, otherwise I can always try and mix them. So I have Porcelain and Fawn. I'll swatch both for you because I have like a tiny bit of fake tan on, but not much. I scrubbed most of it off this morning, so I'm kind of like an awkward shade right now. By the way, the pump is very controllable, like really easy to control. Also, this feels amazing, first impression. And also, the packaging, like I said, it was square, but I mean, I didn't talk about it very much. I love the packaging, and it's not too heavy either. That shade looks bloomin' perfect almost. See, that was Porcelain. Now let's do Fawn, which is a little bit darker. That'd be perfect for me, I think, when I have a bit more fake tan on. It might even be a little bit pale when I have fake tan on, but for now, with almost no fake tan on, I think I'll start with Porcelain. I can always add a little bit of the darker one if it's too pale. So I'm just gonna actually take some of this and buff it out. And by the way, I am using my brand new marble brushes by XO Beauty. So pretty. This is a round face brush. This pimple is so sore, by the way. It's like a big blind pimple. I probably shouldn't be wearing makeup, but whatever. I can hear Louis under my bedroom door. He does this thing where he sticks his nose under it. He goes, it was such a gross noise. He's just like blowing air under there anyway. So I'm gonna take one whole pump, which is huge. Now let's distribute this. It feels so lightweight on your finger. Like, I don't know if that makes sense, but just the way like it spreads, it's like so silky. It doesn't feel thick like a moisturizer or anything like that. So this is the unprimed side. Wow, It is full coverage, look at that. Okay, I definitely think one pump for the whole face is more than enough. I'm going to go ahead and do the other side too and see how it blends on top of the primer. Okay, straight away I prefer, this doesn't happen very often, but I prefer the way it looks on the primed side. It just looks a little bit more, I don't know, multi-dimensional. It's very matte on the unprimed side. Like, it looks a little bit heavier. See, like, one pump all over my face is almost too much. I did use a little bit here, of course, but like still. So I'm just gonna keep buffing it out and I'll bring it down my neck. Wow, this is the kind of foundation that really does cover everything, every freckle. Wow, like I look crazy right now, like I need some bronzer stat. So this foundation is not for those of you who like a natural look. This looks like cake face. It doesn't look, I shouldn't say it looks cake face, it doesn't look cakey really, like once you blend it out properly. It's just, you know, like you can tell you're wearing makeup because it's so flat. But yeah, I definitely prefer the primed side. I think it looks a lot nicer than the unprimed side, and it doesn't look as heavy for some reason. I think the color's pretty good. Once I put on some bronzer, I think it'll be perfect. Holy moly though, that's even covered up like my freckles, which nothing covers up my freckles. Ugh, it looks quite heavy on my nose. Just wiped the excess of the foundation off my brush so I can kind of, oh, it's really showing up every dry patch of skin. Wow. Okay, low exposure so you can see every little bit of texture. You can see on my nose where I've got like quite dry skin, it's kind of gripping to the dry skin. Can you see that? You can. And same thing down here, I've had, you know, like pimple treatment on, so it's obviously dried out my skin a little bit just around here, and you can definitely see that. However, on my cheeks, where I've got no dry skin, it looks blimmin' great. So this perhaps would be better for like people with normal to oily skin maybe. I mean, I don't have oily skin, so I cannot confirm that, but if you have oily skin, do your research. And I definitely, like, just looking at my skin, I think it might be better for oily skin. The coverage is definitely there. Like, look at that. You guys know if you watch my first impressions often, not much covers all of my freckles. Like, there's a little bit peeking through the more I blend it. I think I'm blending some of it away. Yeah, it looks awful on my nose. Look at that. That's bad. And it looks really drying on my eyelids too. Anyway, let's do some concealer. I might put some concealer on top of my nose and hope that it doesn't make it worse, just because it might help it look a little bit smoother. I don't know, let's try it. Today I'm going to use my Vanilla by NARS, the Soft Matte Complete Concealer. Okay, I'm going to use my round eye brush. That looks better. I don't like the foundation under my eyes. I don't know if you'll be able to see, but look how smooth this side is compared to that side. Like, this is so much better. My skin has a lot of stuff on it right now. It doesn't feel heavy, it just looks kind of heavy. Like, I'm blending this concealer on top and it's kind of like breaking up a little bit. Still looks a million times better on that side, so I'm going to conceal this side too, of course. Even though that foundation definitely covered my under eye circles pretty much, I just don't like the finish of it under my eyes, so if I use this again, I'll probably just avoid the eye area. And I'm just gonna put a little bit of this concealer on my nose. That looks so much better. It just looks cakey AF now, but at least it doesn't look all like broken up. Okay, so with those two products, it definitely covered the breakout. I'd say by itself, it didn't cover it perfectly, but I think it's just because it's such a raging friggin' pimple. It's so red. Any normal breakouts I think it would cover, just not ones like this that are like literally like protruding. I'm just gonna set everything quickly. I'll be right back. Okay, so I just set my foundation with my Cover FX. Under my eyes, I use the Kat Von D setting powder, the petal one, and I did my brows with that Makeup Forever brow pen thing and some Gimme Brow. So this is how we are looking. I have to say, if you have dry skin, I just wouldn't even bother. Already too, it's like settling into my expression lines a little bit. Like, it just feels dry, I think. Yeah, I think it's just like too matte. I feel like if I use a setting spray, it would be a complete different story. However, of course, I just want to see how it lasts by itself with no setting spray. But just without setting spray, like as it is, with a little, I didn't even use very much powder. That's one thing. I did not have to use much powder because it set to like a matte finish without actually needing much powder at all. So I just did a light dusting. Where I've got dry skin, so nose and chin, and a little bit between my eyebrows, it's definitely gripped onto onto those areas quite badly. However, on like the lower parts of my cheeks and stuff where my skin's quite smooth, it looks beautiful. So I definitely think if you have really nice skin texture and you know you just want a full coverage, if you've got like oily skin or something, I definitely think it's a good one for that. We'll see how well it wears though throughout the day. So that is that. I'm going to continue doing my makeup now. It is 10 in the morning, so we will see how long it lasts and see what it looks like later. Definitely very impressed by the coverage, but so far like I just don't love how it settles on my skin. Oh my god, could this be a foundation that I don't fall in love with? Maybe. Hello everyone, so it is now almost 12 o'clock. It's been a couple of hours and I'm not like super stoked with this. Honestly, I am so happy with how my makeup turned out today apart from the base. Like I just feel like my base is letting me down a little bit. From far away it looks perfect because it's such a full coverage, but up close it has like kind of separated a little bit and it does look better on the primed side. I just want to put that out there. It looks way better on the primed side. If I show you quite dark, like I don't know if you can see, but it's kind of hard because I've got the bronzer and everything on. Like it literally just started separating. You see these little like veiny bits? Like that's because the foundation is just separating. Look, you can see it in here. So like from far away it looks fine, but up close I'm just not stoked with it and it's just sinking into expression lines. Like I don't know how I feel about it. Have you guys tried this? Let me know down below if you have tried it. I just don't think it's very good for my skin type. Perhaps oily like I said, but you'll have to like look that up because I don't have oily skin, so I can't say it with certainty. This is just peeking through, but that's just a horrendous pimple. Like all down here, look at that. It just looks so cakey and separated and just like this is just not my favorite. I'm obsessed with the coverage, like for something full coverage, but it just does not sit nicely on my skin. Once again, on the prime side, it looks a lot better. So if I try this again, I'm definitely gonna prime, and I think I would definitely use a setting spray to hopefully keep it like in place. But I mean, I just don't even know if I'll bother using this again. I guess we'll just see how it continues to look throughout the day. There are definitely some positives to this product, but at the moment for my skin type there's just a few more negatives, which is quite rare. Like most of my first impressions work out so good, so I'm kind of shocked. Hey guys, so it's 3 p.m. so it's been on for 5 hours and can you see how it's all just wiped off? I wiped off my lipstick because my lipstick smudged here and I literally just like took a tissue, went like that, and the makeup just rubbed off, and then I took off the rest of my lipstick and it came off so easily. Like I'm just gonna touch it up on camera. So how is it looking? Like from where you can see me, you probably think, wow, that looks really good. Up close, I'm just not feeling it. Let me zoom in. This lighting is like 10 out of 10 lighting, by the way, so you can see everything, hopefully. Let's go real close. Around my nose, it's melted a lot. You can see all of the texture on my skin. In here, it looks cakey. It's creased up here. It's started to fade down here. It's not too bad, like, you know, like that's kind of normal for me. I would still be happy with that if that was the only problem. Down here is so cakey, like down here, look over here. It hasn't sunk into pores, so I'll give it that. It just does not look good on any kind of dry skin texture whatsoever. Look how like cakey it looks over my nose. Like in here, it's just so heavy looking. It doesn't feel heavy. It just looks quite heavy. I was quite excited to try this, but I'm just feeling like it's not for me. Let me keep it on until tonight though, because I want to see how it goes over, you know, like 12 hours or at least like 10 hours or so. The color is really good though. I like the color. I think it's just too matte for me and not very forgiving. Look at it in the dark, like it's so chunky. And that's not even where I just touched up either. Like that's from this morning. Look at that. Hey guys, so it is now 7 o'clock. That's 9 hours and this is actually going to be my last update because I really just want to get this off my face. It's melted a little more around my nose, which I'm not super stoked about, and it just is looking cakier and cakier on my dry areas. Also, it just like peeled off my nose, so I don't know what's happening there. I don't remember touching my nose or anything or rubbing it, so it's just really strange. Even the places where it looks smooth, it still just looks heavy and kind of separated. Like I don't know, everywhere else it just looks so chunky and cakey. So I think you definitely need to have a super hydrated base. I did some research just before and some people said to use like a primer oil and then put it on top of the primer oil to make it go on super silky smooth and obviously super hydrated. So I could try that, but at the same time, like compared to some of my other foundations, like I'm just kind of like like it's just not my favorite at all. As far as like super full coverage, I would prefer like my Marc Jacobs Remarkable or the Kat Von D Locket foundation, I think it's called, or the Tarte Amazonian Forest one. You know, like there's just so many better full coverage ones. I have to say this is one of the best coverage foundations I've ever used, but just the way it settles on my skin, it's just not worth it. And my skin isn't even like super dry feeling today. I definitely, like, you know, during winter and everything, it feels a lot more dehydrated and even sometimes flaky than it is today. It's just not that bad. Yeah, just considering, I don't know, it looks like it's faded a bit more down here as well. Like, it just doesn't look amazing. It doesn't feel amazing. That's my verdict. So let me know if you guys have tried this and let me know your thoughts if so. Like I said, I definitely think this is one of the most full coverage foundations I've ever tried. So if you are looking for something like that and you have maybe oily skin or just super smooth skin, you could give it a go and see how it goes for you. I know you can get samples on the Jouer website, so that could be a good way to do it. Just get a sample first and see how it looks. If you have dry skin, don't go near it at all. If you've got any flaky skin or textured skin, I don't think you'll like it at all. Also, I don't love how it's like given me this wrinkle right here. Like, what is this? That's just gross. Like, honestly, I just want to like wipe my face right now. Like, it just comes off. Look at that. I'm not even rubbing that hard. Look at that. Granted, I have concealer on my nose too, but like, oh, it's so gross. Look, you can see in that lighting, can't you? Wow. Anyway, I will talk to you guys in my next video. Thumbs up if you enjoyed this video, even though it wasn't a great outcome. I'll talk to you guys again soon.